Happiness makes up in height for what it lacks in length. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. Poetry is what gets lost in translation. Freedom lies in being bold. Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life. Define yourself. Hope is not found in a way out but a way through. We love the things we love for what they are. No tears in the writer, no tears in the reader. No surprise in the writer, no surprise in the reader. A poem begins as a lump in the throat, a sense of wrong, a homesickness, a lovesickness. I am not a teacher, but an awakener. If we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. The best way out is always through. Half the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. Forgive me my nonsense, as I also forgive the nonsense of those who think they talk sense. I'm not confused, I'm just well mixed. Don't ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up. A diplomat is a man who always remembers a woman's birthday, but never remembers her age. To be a poet is a condition, not a profession. The heart can think of no devotion greater than being shore to the ocean, holding the curve of one position, counting an endless repetition. Poetry is when an emotion has found its thought and the thought has found words. The afternoon knows what the morning never suspected. Dancing is a vertical expression of a horizontal desire. There is one thing more exasperating than a wife who can cook and won't, and that's a wife who can't cook and will. The reason why worry kills more people than work is that more people worry than work. How many things have to happen to you before something occurs to you? Something we were withholding made us weak until we found it was ourselves. A mother takes 20 years to make a man of her boy, and another woman makes a fool of him in 20 minutes. A jury consists of 12 persons chosen to decide who has the better lawyer. We dance round in a ring and suppose, but the secret sits in the middle and knows. The world is full of willing people, some willing to work, the rest willing to let them. Thinking is not to agree or disagree, that's voting. The brain is a wonderful organ. It starts working the moment you get up in the morning and does not stop until you get into the office. The middle of the road is where the white line is, and that's the worst place to drive. Unless you are educated in metaphor, you are not safe to be let loose in the world. By faithfully working 8 hours a day, you may eventually get to be boss and work 12 hours a day. I believe in teaching, but I don't believe in going to school. You're always believing ahead of your evidence. What was the evidence I could write a poem? I just believed it. The most creative thing in us is to believe in a thing. A person will sometimes devote all his life to the development of one part of his body, the wishbone. Families break up when they get hints you don't intend and miss hints that you do. A liberal is a man too broad-minded to take his own side in a quarrel. I am a writer of books in retrospect. I talk in order to understand. I teach in order to learn. Good fences make good neighbors. A civilized society is one which tolerates eccentricity to the point of doubtful sanity. Anything more than the truth would be too much. You've got to love what's lovable and hate what's hateable. It takes brains to see the difference. A bank is a place where they lend you an umbrella in fair weather and ask for it back when it begins to rain. Most of the change we think we see in life is due to truths being in and out of favor. Every poem is a momentary stay against the confusion of the world. I turned to speak to God about the world's despair, but to make bad matters worse, I found God wasn't there. What we live by, we die by. Poetry is a way of taking life by the throat. The best things and best people rise out of their separateness. I'm against a homogenized society because I want the cream to rise. Nothing gold can stay. A poem begins in delight and ends in wisdom. When I was young, I was so interested in baseball that my family was afraid I'd waste my life and be a pitcher. Later, they were afraid I'd waste my life and be a poet. They were right. The worst disease which can afflict executives in their work is not, as popularly supposed, alcoholism, it's egotism. A poet never takes notes. You never take notes in a love affair. Life must be kept up at a great rate in order to absorb any considerable amount of learning. Education doesn't change life much. It just lifts trouble to a higher plane of regard. There are two kinds of teachers, the kind that fill you with so much quail shot that you can't move, and the kind that just gives you a little prod behind and you jump to the skies. My goal in life is to unite my avocation with my vocation, as my two eyes make one in sight. Which of the quotes do you like the most? Please leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.